everybody, Elirra here. So today I want to talk about the updates that happened this week on April 21st. But first, I would like to ask you if you like this content to like, and if you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe. Also, if you can comment and interact with this video, that would be great. Any interaction is really great for me. This week's icon was by SkyDoeCat, and look at that detail. That is just amazing. I love the look of it. Okay, so what did we have in the update log on Discord? So Wolfragan posted that the Easter event part 3 began. Fab Showcase was added. 2 new plushies were added, the Chicken Cow. Verdant Warden and Buffy Lopi returned. New rarity was added to the rotation store, Epic, which cost 12,500 shooms. They added Tornir as epic rarity. They changed around the following creatures' rarities: Veldaya, Luxus, Muraville, Nolyamoth, Taynuk, Gryvilla, Lesadark, Sanaata, Hystery, Hylaris, and Volnoarv. Legendary pricing changed to 20,000 shooms. They rotated the limited gacha to the following: Diacrine and Therakus. They removed Terralithics and Felixtrox from being obtainable in the limited gacha. So later on that evening, there was another post. I believe it was from Wolfragan. Let's take a look at that. Yes, Wolfragan posted that they reduced the price of Epic to 11,500 shooms, reduced the price of Legendary to 15,500 shooms. They moved Ibechi to Epic Rarity. They changed the amount of eggs given from the matching minigame from 40 to 50 eggs when completing the minigame, which is awesome, and lowered the volume of Tornir's sounds. I guess it was just too loud. Okay, so now let's take a look at the Glimmer Fab Showcase. Here's a little video that was in the Discord. So just sit back and take a little look at its animations. Next thing up, let's take a look at Glimmer Tornir. And you can sit back and take a look at its animations. This was a post in the Discord. Next, let's take a look at this week's plushies. There's the cow that costs 2,000 eggs. It gives plus 5% health and minus 7.5% health regen. The chick, which costs 1,000 eggs, gives plus 5% speed and plus 5% weight. Plus, they're super adorable, so you don't want to miss out on that. Next, let's take a look at the thing that everyone is waiting for, the information that everyone loves, the Recode. So Arithia posted, "Hey guys, it's been a chill sailing week for Recode developments. This week we've been polishing up the volcanic eruption and perfecting it. The eruption happens on a time scale rather than season-based. Only has one mode and flyers are injured by meteors while airborne. The UI theme we've been working on is slowly applying to all panels. This is a slow and tedious process as we have lots of panels to access throughout the game and update with the preferred theme UI. I saw quite a bit of chatter about the UI not being as thematic as some might prefer, but I assure you this is intentional as the Recode offers the player so much more specific information. For this to be legible and understandable to everyone, the UI needs to be simple so the stats, descriptions of abilities, and boosts can shine. We are coming up on death rewards, revamping missions, and a tutorial. After this, all that's left is trading and severe scaling and testing from the community. Death rewards are becoming more reliable between sessions, and we're moving on building these to have more unique and reliable rewards and goals for the player. With this in mind, we've decided to share the cost of access to the Recode as the date nears. Recode access will cost 250 Robux. Not only that, we will allow players to spend 175 Robux to purchase access for their friends. Buying access more than once will award you with bonus species of Mihus. Been a little light this week, but we'll be full steam ahead doing our best to get the Recode out for you all to begin testing. So now let's go ahead and move on to the showcases. Let's start with Fabergé. The Fabergé is a Tier 4 terrestrial carnivore. The species is available in the Easter store for 10,000 eggs as part of the Easter event 2023. It's a limited event creature. The stored version is available in the trial creature shop for 937 shooms. For you role players out there, the creature behavior states that the Fabergé hoard jewels to decorate their coats as they grow. Fabergé find anything shiny or glimmery to adorn its coat to impress others of their kind. The Fabergé is a large cat-like creature adorned with several egg-shaped ornaments, most noticeably on its back and tail. It has a ridge-like protrusion running along its back, forming a V shape. Other notable decorations include the 6 frills, slightly resembling clockwork, it has on its face, 3 on each side, all ending in the same egg-shaped point. Its default palette consists of white as well as warm, pale gold shades. The abilities of the Fabergé are Bleed, Bleed Defense, and Dazzling Flash. If you do not need a description of these abilities, skip to this time. Bleed is a passive, offensive ability where a creature inflicts a specific amount of bleed status on a creature with every bite. This particular passive offensive is resisted by creatures with bleed defense ability, and it does not work against creatures with the unbreakable ability. The opposite of the bleed passive ability is Thorns. Bleed is also a status effect, which stops health regeneration and deals raw damage to the victim every 3 seconds. Like Poison, your HP cannot fall from this status if you are sitting, cowering, or laying down while gravely injured below 10% max health. Stage 1 of Bleed, 0 to 10, health regeneration is disabled plus raw damage except if below 10%, health while sitting or laying, deals 0.5 damage when laying down, 0.7 damage while sitting, 1 when still upright, 1.5 when walking, and 2 while running. Stage 2, 1 to 20 bleed, Stage 1 effects and decreases stamina regeneration by 25%. Stage 3, beyond 21 bleed, Stage 1 effects but buffed slightly, plus a stamina regeneration decrease by 50%. Bleed defense. Bleed defense is a passive ability that allows creatures to resist the effects of bleed. It is percentage based. For example, if an attacker deals 5 bleed per hit and the receiver has 60% bleed defense, then the receiver gets only 2 of that 5 bleed. If a creature's bleed defense is 100%, then they're immune to bleed done by melee direct attacks once fully grown. This ability is gained gradually as the creature ages. That is, a creature with 100% bleed defense will have some fraction of bleed defense while growing, being such fraction bigger as it grows. Dazzling Flash. Dazzling Flash is an active ability using the ability control that generates a quick, bright white flash that grants the user a small speed boost and causes nearby creatures to experience confusion and tunnel vision. A little trivia. The concept is by Mac Renee in the Creatures of Sonaria Discord. It's inspired by leopards, red pandas, and Fabergé eggs. When asked about the making of the concept creator said, "When first coming up with the concept for Fabergé, I was originally going to make it a chick-based leopard with a frill of feathers around its head and neck. When I realized the idea was too bland, I switched over to Fabergé eggs, taking inspiration from both real-life jeweled eggs and those from Roblox itself, while also keeping the original body shape from the chick-based version. It's rigged by Mezzioli." Let's move on to Tornir. Tornir is a Tier 4 terrestrial carnivore. The species is available in the rotation store only. The stored version is available in the trial creature shop for 937 shooms. The description states that once a peaceful herbivore species, Tornir are now mindless carnivores overcome by a parasitic fungus that slowly turns them into trees as they age. When a Tornir dies, its corpse slowly becomes an entire tree, hollow with no leaves. Forests of these haunting trees have been seen, leading some to speculate that Tornir seek this location if they know they are dying. For you role players out there, the creature behavior states that they frequently grow and release spores from their fluff by shaking around and causing a large spore cloud. These spores come from Tornir's parasitic fungus, then coat the surrounding environment and any unlucky creatures in the area, causing lots of health issues and, for weaker animals, death. Female Tornir use their small claws on their torso to carry large clutches of eggs and moss for nests. Spores from their body will infect the eggs early on, but signs of infection will only start once the creature is much older. Males use their small claws on their torso for carrying large prey and materials for dens. The abilities of the Tornir are Area Poison, Bleed Defense, Iron Stomach, Plague Breath, and Poison. If you do not need a description of these abilities, skip to this time. Area Poison is an active ability using the ability control that gives nearby creatures plus 10 poison when activated, affected by poison resistance with a 120-second cooldown. It works after the creature the user is fighting already has, at minimum, one or more poison ailment. If Area Poison hits an unpoisoned creature, the ability will not function correctly and the poison will not be applied. Bleed Defense. Bleed Defense is a passive ability that allows creatures to resist the effects of bleed. It is percentage based. For example, if an attacker deals 5 bleed per hit and the receiver has 60% bleed defense, then the receiver gets only 2 of that bleed. If a creature's bleed defense is 100%, then they're immune to bleed done by melee direct attacks once fully grown. This ability is gained gradually as the creature ages. That is, a creature with 100% bleed defense will have some fraction of bleed defense while growing, being such fraction bigger as it grows. Iron Stomach. Iron Stomach is a passive ability which allows the user to eat rotten meat without getting the sickness ailment. Please note that while the Iron Stomach ability prevents getting this ailment, it does not remove the damage taken nor the thirst lost when eating rotten meat. Plague Breath. Plague Breath is an active ability using the breath control that is a type of elemental breath that inflicts 0.25 DPS and the sickness ailment on targets. For every second it is applied, it stacks an additional 1 sickness. It has a range of 95 studs and a maximum fire duration of 3 seconds, with a regeneration rate of 1 fuel per 2 seconds. Additionally, it has a critical hit chance of 25%. Poison. Poison is a status effect that is inflicted by receiving damage and contains 3 levels of severity when stacking the effect, similar to other poisons such as toxin and radiation sickness. The first stage, from 0 to 11 of this effect, decreases health and stamina regeneration by 25%. From 11 to 20, it depletes stamina by 3% every 3 seconds. From 20 and higher, it damages 3% of the target's max health every 3 seconds. If sitting or laying, the health of the creature inflicted with this effect will not be lowered by this status below 10%. A little trivia. The concept is by Colastical Calamity in the Creatures of Sonaria Discord. It's inspired by Atlas beetles, other tri-horned beetle species, some types of zombie fungus that take over bugs and trees. Tornir's old design is in the middle of the timeline between its herbivorous, fungus-free concept and its current version. For centuries, Tornir have been in the evolutionary arms race against themselves, trying to evolve to get rid of the fungus while also evolving to make sure it doesn't get overwhelmed by the fungi's evolution as well. If a Tornir breaks one of its horns or loses any limbs, a weaker, wooden version will grow back on its place. So that is it for the showcases and for the updates for this week. So that's it for me. Make sure that you're kind to one another. A little PSA real quick, a public service announcement. If you noticed in this video with my Tornir Showcase, there was a little bit of bullying going on in the chat, and I should have just reported and blocked them. What I was trying to do really was kind of kill them with kindness and let them know that I did say that I hope that they find a good support system and that they find hugs and love and the things that they deserve, because I know that people who bully other people are just sad, and they need love and kindness. But bullying is not okay. Bullying hurts people. I tried to take it in stride, and I was kind about it, and I pretended that it didn't hurt me, but it did. And I just want to let you guys know that bullying is not okay. And when I say be kind to one another, I mean be kind to one another. I think, I believe that everyone deserves kindness, and everyone deserves love, and everyone deserves a support system, and they deserve to be surrounded by people who love them. So be kind to one another. And if someone is bullying you, just understand that they don't have that kindness and they don't have that love, and they're not surrounded by people who love them. So just remember that, and don't take what they say personally, and don't do what I said or what I did. Just block them and report them, and remember that you are loved, and I love each and every one of you like you're my own children, and you have me as a friend, and you will always have somebody who cares for you. So just remember that, and don't take what they say personally. So that's all I had to say. I'm sorry, I know that was long, but remember that, and remember that bullying people is bad. So anyways, be kind to one another, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.